Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're a marketing executive right now, you know that the skyrocketing costs of high-end content creation are probably keeping you up at night, right? It's a massive pain point. But today, we're exploring a seriously fascinating solution called Manus YM Technology, and we're going to see exactly how it's maximizing ROI in cinematic quality visual production. Let's dig in and see how this could literally dissolve those massive traditional studio fees. Okay, let's dive into the structured roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the video production dilemma. Then, introducing Manus YM Technology. Next up, high quality, lower costs. Fourth, scaling your brand campaigns. And we will wrap things up with the future of production.
So, it's the ultimate question, isn't it? How can we produce cinematic quality visual content with maximum efficiency? In today's completely ruthless attention economy, we aren't just publishing content anymore. We're essentially locked in fierce competition for every single second of audience attention. And traditionally, you've had to make a really painful choice. It's that classic triangle. You could have speed, you could have low cost, or you could have stunning aesthetics. But you could almost never have all three at the same time.
Section 1, the video production dilemma, breaking the bottleneck. The high cost of the status quo is honestly just staggering. I mean, we have that fierce competition for attention I just mentioned, but to actually compete, we rely on these agonizingly long and incredibly expensive production pipelines. From the second a script is conceived all the way to final post-rendering, every single step is an attempt at pure expression, but it's constantly bogged down by execution noise and the frustrating limitations of traditional tools. Your budget isn't just funding the creative idea. It's practically being bled dry by repetitive manual labor and ballooning studio costs. It's horribly inefficient and, quite frankly, for agile global brands, it's totally unsustainable. Which brings us to Section 2, introducing Manus YM Technology, the efficiency engine. So what exactly is this? Well, Manus YMI, specifically the AITX series, is an incredibly smart AI-driven efficiency engine. It's explicitly designed to eliminate that execution noise we just talked about and drastically reduce repetitive labor. But, and this is absolutely crucial, without replacing human aesthetics. This is not some IT project coming in to replace your brilliant creative directors. No way. It's a massive enhancement of your creative strategy. It takes all the heavy, expensive lifting off a team's shoulders so they can actually focus on the art and the message rather than the tedious manual labor of rendering and splicing. It's honestly like night and day when you look at it. The traditional process is notoriously long, ridiculously expensive, and totally bogged down by manual tools. But the Manus YM AI pipeline completely eliminates that execution noise. By drastically cutting down the hours professional teams spend on mind-numbing repetitive tasks, it frees up all that energy for higher dimensional narrative planning. Plus, for beginners or smaller subteams, it significantly lowers the barrier to entry for using professional-grade tools. The ROI here is practically immediate. Human resources are finally optimized to do what humans do best, which is strategize and tell amazing stories, while the AI handles the expensive, time-consuming busy work. The developers of this technology have a great phrase for it. They refer to it as the democratization of creativity. And for marketing executives, this translates specifically to the democratization of high-end production capabilities for agile marketing teams. Having a massive Hollywood-style budget is literally no longer a prerequisite for every single campaign rollout. Moving on to Section 3, high quality, lower costs, validating the tech. Now, I know what you might be thinking. When executives hear the phrase cost-efficient, the immediate worry is that it's just code for cheap-looking, right? Well, to put that fear to rest, let's review the technical breakthroughs of Showcase Vid E01 TY015 Avery to see if high-end aesthetics can actually meet AI efficiency without a single compromise. And this brilliantly illustrates just how striking the aesthetic wins really are here. We're talking high-precision ray tracing technology. Think about the super realistic cold reflection of a metallic surface, or the beautiful soft scattering of light in a natural environment. Normally, getting that right costs thousands of dollars in rendering time and specialist fees. But here, AI algorithms have optimized it all at the pixel level. This ensures the visuals completely avoid that synthetic, cheap AI look that we all want to avoid, delivering instead a flawless, professional, commercial-grade texture. You get the absolute premium look, but without the premium price tag. But it actually goes way beyond just static visuals. It ventures into rhythmic, emotional resonance. So instead of hours and hours of mechanical splicing, The model actually learns audience visual habits, it automatically matches the specific cadence of the edit, and it precisely hits viewers' psychological comfort points. Every single transition is mathematically calculated to resonate deeply, essentially guaranteeing audience engagement without those endless billable hours in the editing suite. Let's look at Section 4, Scaling Your Brand Campaigns, Actionable Marketing Scenarios. In the platform's identifiers, you'll often spot the designation All In, and this points directly to global adaptability. You know, expanding in international markets usually means translating copy, but that is really only half the battle. Visual language is by far the most universal currency we have, and this platform is built from the ground up to speak that universal language fluently, allowing for seamless, highly cost-effective global brand expansion. So the crucial point is, how does this actually map to your bottom line? Let's trace these industry scenarios to their exact efficiency benefits. For global brand promotion, you can rapidly generate multi-version, cross-platform promotional clips without paying a studio to recut the same exact ad 15 times for different social feeds. For a product showcase, details can be presented from a full 360 degrees without any blind spots, which directly and predictably boosts conversion rates. And in education and presentation, abstract concepts are instantly transformed into tangible, engaging visual flows. Across the board, your time to market is accelerated at every single touchpoint. It's a real game changer. Section 5, The Future of Production, the Strategic Advantage. That showcase we talked about a minute ago, Avery 25111001169, well, as the source material notes, it is so much more than just a random archive number. It is truly an entry ticket to the future of creation. We are standing at a major turning point in visual brand storytelling right now. The brands that adopt this efficiency engine are the ones that could easily outproduce and outengage their competitors by an order of magnitude. The source material actually captures this shift perfectly with this quote: "The boundaries of technology are dissolving, while the boundaries of creativity are expanding infinitely." I love that. The traditional constraints of cost and time that have stubbornly held marketing campaigns back for decades are finally dissolving. Creative teams can finally execute on their biggest, boldest ideas because the massive financial penalty for doing so has simply been removed. So, what is your next strategic move? Well, it's time to completely break free from those traditional constraints and reshape your visual brand with the power of AI. Partnering with Manus YM means securing unprecedented clarity, incredible speed, and profound emotional depth for your campaigns. Ultimately, it turns every single frame of content into a highly optimized, cost-effective engagement opportunity. Make no mistake, this is exactly how a massive competitive advantage is secured in the modern market. I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Are you ready to transform the way the world sees your vision and turn every story into a lasting legacy? The technology is absolutely here. The ROI is thoroughly validated, and the future of visual branding is just waiting for you to grab it. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to reflect on how this efficiency engine can completely revolutionize your upcoming campaigns.